Welcome to Your Anime Senpais. I'm John, and today, me and Richard are going to be reacting to Fate Zero, episode number 12. And just like the past two episodes, this opening was done in the future. So here in a minute, we're going to kind of cut away to me and Richard reacting to episode 12. And just as a quick recap, this is because of different things that was going on at the time where we couldn't meet in person, so we did the reactions remotely. But also, let's recap episode 11, which was a pretty good episode, I gotta say. We had Ryder show up, get Saber, they're meeting, they're starting to talk and drink, and all of a sudden, was it Archer? He shows up, so they start discussing, what makes a king? They're talking about their different points of views on leadership and things like that. Ultimately, Assassin shows up and we get to see a reality marble for the first time, which I was pretty impressed with. It was pretty cool. So that ended. He took out Assassin, and we kind of got to see what Ryder and Saber's point of views were on different things and how they kind of they didn't mesh well. So we'll see where this goes after this. So let's get into this reaction. Utterly immeasurable. See, I was kind of wondered about the reality marble, because since the one girl knew what it was before while he did it, I wondered if more people had something like that before.
Maybe. I think reality marbles are known to mages, but from what I understand, it's like not something that's easy to attain.
So now they're trying to prepare a way to combat against it. Okay.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. That's kind of smart. Assassin took part in every part of Assassin, so Assassin is finally dead. Supposedly. Make a little note of that. If people are watching and wondering what I'm doing.
You also need to make note of this hamburger right here, because that hamburger is especially important.
The hamburger. I'll just put that as my note. Hamburger. Lancer is still active. Okay. Oh, that's right, because el-melloi is kind of out right now, and okay, and the one, what was it? His wife, I guess, took over. Yeah, I gotta admit that was pretty
I think
underhanded. Or fiance. Yeah, whatever she was to him, that was a deal he couldn't refuse, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, she's under the effect of Lancer's charms.
Oh, okay. I guess that kind of makes sense then. Oh, I guess they would have vanished because Assassin is truly gone, huh? Wow. The Grail reclaims them. Oh. So if a servant loses their master, they can get another one?
Yep.
Huh. So I thought the goal, well, I guess the goal is to kind of take out all the servants, isn't it?
Yep. But taking out the master is also efficient.
Yeah. So I guess technically a master couldn't summon another servant. Is that what I'm kind of getting from that? So, I mean, that would just kind of seem like you'd have like an infinite loop unless you took out servant and master.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, they'd have to, yeah. I think there's only 7 servants.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know there's like a set number, but like if you took out Assassin, for example, he couldn't go and summon another, I guess, assassin.
Yeah, right.
Since I guess that's the only class that's open.
I think once the summoning's done, it's done.
Okay.
So basically, he would have to take a servant that's still around.
Oh, okay. So like if another master dies, he could jump in as their master or something, shuffle around possibly.
Yeah. Assuming the servant is still around too, like if they didn't immediately disappear.
I kind of missed the initial D driving that.
I feel like Sabers were just like, I'm just glad I'm in control now.
Yes.
Yeah.
A drive, as you call it. Yes, safety always makes me happy too. That's an odd. I don't know, there's just something odd about that. Here, you take the keys. I don't want to touch them.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I guess kind of spoilery, but this is a very important building in the Fate franchise.
Oh. Does every Fate come back to this building in some form or another, I guess?
Well, not every Fate, but like Fate Stay Night in its timeline, I guess. It's very important.
Is that spoilery to ask that every master needs a magical circle to claim their area?
No, that's not spoilery.
Is that something that all of them do, or just her?
I've only ever seen her do it, but I mean, they did do magical circles for like summoning servants and stuff like that too. So.
Okay, so even Saber's noticing she's not touching anything. Okay, so that wasn't just me.
Yeah.
What's this all about? Okay.
Well, hold on. There's a purpose for this.
She's like, come on, now, try. Just try. No. You're not trying. Come on. What is going on with her? Was brutal.
She's basically.
Huh.
Well, hold on. I'll let her.
Yeah.
I'll let her explain.
I was just about to. So I've cut off. Oh. Oh, so she is a homunculus.
And you have to remember, she's not. Yeah, she's a homunculus. She's not completely human.
Do they just, you know,
right?
Get rid of you and make a new one?
Basically.
Huh. Wow. Probably gonna have to need help eating and stuff too if you can barely hold on to anything.
Pretty much, yeah.
If she does eat, I guess.
She does. Fairly sure she does.
I feel like these are like therapy sessions where he just kind of breaks down his character in some way or another.
Yep.
Because I don't really. Other than the worms eating one dude up, I could see him lasting till the end. I mean, Berserker's pretty tough looking opponent.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's kind of just hypothetical. Yeah.
その自弁の無意味さについぞことみね綺麗が気づかなかったという事実。そこには明白にして揺るがぬ意味があるとは思わぬか？説明しろ。もし仮に他のマスターについて同じ課題を与えられていれば、お前は早々にその無意味さに気づき、せんないものとして一周していたはずだ。ところがカリアについてはそうならなかった。
So he's already kind of ruled out, like, most of them winning. Except for him? Is that kind of what I'm getting from that?
I think it's less about winning and more like, huh, what would happen if he actually won?
Yeah. Compound his agony.
綺麗よ。なぜそう越を競技に捉える？痛みと嘆きを越とすることに何の矛盾があるというのだ。優越のあり方に定型などない。
These are the conversations I kind of find more interesting whenever I kind of go back a second time and just kind of take it all in.
Yeah.
There's not really a whole lot to react to, though.
No. But this is a very important conversation.
Yeah.
For sure. You'll definitely see why later on.
Happiness itself. What?
Oh, look at that.
Did Assassin come back to life?
Nope.
Wait. There are no free servants. What?
Perhaps so.
Oh, you thought you were done in the Holy Grail War? No, you're back in. So as long as you have a wish, you can continue, I guess?
Oh.
Well, it's kind of, I guess, what I'm getting right there.
Kinda.
To learn my wish. Huh. My teacher will become my enemy.
せいぜい強力なサーバントを見繕うことだな。この俺と争うのであれば。そもそも前提として
How
お前
arrogant.
は他のマスターとの契約下に
I mean, he's the king of heroes.
Hmm.
ならば一層いや言うまいここから先は万事がお前次第なのだから
Oh.
求めるところをなすがいいそれこそが娯楽の本道だそして娯楽は優越を導き優越は幸福のありかを指し示す
Rise to true joy. And joy is sin, evidently, so.
もはや惑うまでもないほど明確にな
Huh.
The Grail Beckons.
Interesting. All right. That
All right.
that was something.
A lot of dialogue. But
Yeah.
important dialogue for later. I definitely give this one a second watch through, just kind of catch everything.
Oh yeah, I definitely. I might. Well, I definitely do the next watch through tomorrow with everybody, and then a third watch through when I capture all the audio and kind of take notes. So yeah.
I would say definitely focus in on the latter part of Gilgamesh's and Kirei's dialogue for sure. Saber and Irie, I mean, there was some important dialogue there, but really the biggest takeaway is the fact that Irie is getting weaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but really the latter part of, or really just all of Gilgamesh and what he's saying, like that's a very important part there, and just something like just make note of and kind of keep in the back of your mind as events start unfolding. So,
Okay.
I guess there's really not much. Well, there was. I guess there was Ritsugu, but he was more or less was just kind of going over like all the different masters and stuff like that. So he did kind of touch upon Kotomine. It was more like, "What are you after?" Which is kind of the whole theme of this episode. It's like,
Yeah.
Kotomine Kide, what is your wish? What are you trying to accomplish in this Holy Grail war? And he doesn't even know, at least not at the moment. So,
Okay.
all things just to kind of keep in the back of your mind for right now.
Yeah. You know that, and normally in anime, there's always that building episode, and this. I don't know if this is really a building episode. It's kind of more of a reflecting episode of like, okay, we've kind of seen quite a bit of stuff now. How do we beat it and overpower this? And
Right.
what am I actually doing here?
Well, yeah. See, that is part of the building. This episode was building Kotomine Kire more than anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of
so-
building his character, but it's, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
It's going somewhere. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just like I said, kind of keep that in the back of your mind for right now, and just let it fester there. And
Yeah.
when as events start unfolding, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see where this is going now.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but anyways, yeah. Otherwise, I don't think there was anything else to this episode.
No, I did not actually find the significance of the sandwich yet, so I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it for that.
Well, it is a burger. I'm pretty sure it's a burger, and burgers are delicious. Although
that
that
was
being said, though, today, as we're recording this, it's Friday, and it's Lent, so eating meat is not a good thing.
fish
But
fish burger. That's actually what he had was he had a fish sandwich.
there you go. Okay. Yeah, I guess that was pretty much it for things that happened this episode. So,
Okay.
any thoughts? Any surface thoughts right now? Any surface questions?
Honestly, for this one, not really too much. Like, I kind of just ask him throughout it, kind of like the magic circle thing.
Yeah.
Kind of wonder what was up with, is it Irie or Iris?
Irie. Iris Veal is her full name, but
Yeah.
Kritsugu just calls her Irie, which...
Irie, okay.
Yeah.
Her getting weaker and not touching things, like, I kind of picked up on that, so that...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have a lot of questions. I guess I kind of see where you're going with. She's getting weaker. She is basically turning off, I guess, senses, which is kind of an interesting idea. Her being a homunculus is kind of confirmed. I think they talked about that in the first 3 episodes somewhere in there, along with her being the fake master, which it took me way longer to remember that than I care to admit, because I knew whenever she was summoned she wasn't the master, but then for the next remaining couple episodes she was always with her, so I just totally forgot that she wasn't the master and just kind of was like, oh well, she's always with her, so that's the master.
So in other words, you fell for the deception. If you were in the Holy Grail War, you would
I did fall
for
for it.
Deception.
Yep. So that's a good tactic. Then I guess I got to give it to him. Even I was kind of fooled, because once they pointed it out, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. She's not. Duh, I knew that." So.
Well, Kritsugu, he's got a really interesting way of fighting this Holy Grail War. You saw what he did with Lord el-melloi and his, hundreds of traps that he had set up in that hotel, and it was just like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Click, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And that was kind of my thing was, they built up the traps so much, they built up all this stuff for the whole layers of protection and that and the other, and I kind of felt bad, because I know Randall was like, man, I can't wait to see your reaction to whatever he does to, blowing up that building and stuff, and I was like, I saw from like a mile away that's what he was going to do. They just hyped up this building like so much, I was like, dude's just going to blow it up. They're just doing too much to this, and then it happened, and I was rewatching my episode, and I was just kind of like,
It's actually funny, because like everyone else that I see react to that, they're just like, wait, what just happened? Because they were anticipating Saber having to go through all these different things just to reach Lancer, and people are just like, oh man, I can't wait to see how she's gonna defeat this and this or whatever, and then all of a sudden you got that view of the building, and it's just like boom, 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 whatever. So,
yeah, it really wasn't much of a reaction. It was kind of just one of those things where I was like, that's probably what I would have done.
Well, but see, gotta understand too, these mages, they're expecting other mage crafts, them coming in with so say for example with Lord el-melloi, he's got his little thing of mercury or whatever, and he's probably anticipating someone having that sort of type of thing going on too,
some other form of magic.
Karya with his bugs or whatever, him throwing out bugs, and then Lord el-melloi's like, oh well, I've got my mercury, that's gonna protect me. So it's almost like you're coming in with you're about ready to play Magic the Gathering against somebody. You're like, oh man, I've got this awesome deck. They're not going to see it coming, and then they come in and they got a shotgun. And it's like, oh, well.
He definitely didn't see that magic form coming of C4.
Exactly. Yeah. See, that's what makes it so amazing. It's just again, you're anticipating. All these mages are anticipating, because of their arrogance, I guess you could say, they're anticipating facing against other mages until they get hit with cold dose of reality. Oh, yeah, I guess there are things like explosives in this world.
I guess I do see your point now. I do relate, because thinking about it from that point of view, I'm like, man, yeah, there should have been some kind of epic battle, and all these epic scenes of getting through puzzles and whatever. And I mean, even when it happened, I was like, "Whoa, they're hyping this up way too much." Like, it's got to have a simple, outcome to where he's just like bypass all of it, and then once he did that, I was like, "Oh, well, that was effective." So, I mean, I don't know.
All right. Well, anywho,
but yeah,
like I said, there wasn't really too much about this episode. Just like I said, just when you go back and watch it again, just kind of keep some of that dialogue in the back of your mind and watch it play out later on, I guess. So,
yeah. I guess if I come up with other stuff, I'll kind of present it in the full reaction. But yeah.
That's fair. All right.
So I'll end the recording for this.